This story isn't mine, but it's my stepmom's. The lady that's in the story is my stepfamily's neighbor, and I've had separate experiences with her. My stepsister, Demi, had been born a few months before in September. I'm guessing it was early November. At the time, my stepmom, who we'll call Maria, was living in an apartment building a couple of blocks away from the house she lives in now. She'd been walking home from her late shift at the bakery, where she would take my sister during the weekdays when the babysitter was on the other side of the border in Mexico. This lady approached her and asked if she had any sugar she could borrow. Maria refused, saying that she had to go to bed for her early shift the next day. Of course, all of this was said in Spanish, seeing as you could literally see Mexico from the other side of the street. The lady asked again if she had any sugar she could borrow, but as my stepmom entered the apartment, she said, "No, have a good night, neighbor." The lady then proceeded to stop the door with her cane, asking if she could at least hold my sister. My stepmom knew of the rumors, all of the chisme, about how the old lady was a witch, a bruja that came from El Salvador. She said no and tried to close the door. She ended up having to kick the lady's cane out of her hand and away from the door. She slammed the door and locked it, and then ran upstairs, locking all the doors on her way, but the window in her bedroom was jammed open and couldn't be closed. The lady was standing outside, asking to hold the baby. She just kept asking. Her voice was getting louder and louder. My stepmom rushed into the bathroom, which didn't have any windows, and had a strong door with 2 locks. My sister was crying by now, and my stepmom tried to shush her. Even in the restroom, she could still hear the lady's voice. She had to sleep in the tub that night, with my sister held close. I didn't visit my stepfamily anymore, but it just angers me that the woman might have killed my brother and sister. I know she had her eyes on my little brother too. Neighborhood pets would disappear from time to time, and she always watched the neighborhood kids play. She would just stand there, watching. So, to the Water Street Witch, for your sake, let's not meet again.